Ia, I le tai au nei, I le pāwhanga mai I le tātou tunu, o le tātou mālo whārolungi I le nei tai au. Ia o le whaia o ngā uru lea le tātou Toa Samoa, le sunga ia Matt Parish. Ia o loo ia I le au I Peritania le teiminei I tāpenanga, ia au wale I po le lalolangi I le tausanga nei. O lea le a mo le avanoa I whātatala noa I le sunga. Ia mwhamatala mai fo I tūlanga o ia I le tātou au le nei tai au. Talofa Matt, whatalofa atu Matt.
Talofa. Great to talk to you.
Matt, I've just introduced you in our Samoan language to our listeners here in Wellington, not only Wellington, but globally. We are on Facebook and we are also on YouTube. So we have put your beautiful photo on our Facebook page here for people who are listening so that they can know who you are. Thank you for your time this morning to agree to come onto the program for a quick interview. We realize you are a very busy man preparing our team for the World Cup campaign. But however, you've agreed to come on to the program for the benefit of our listeners globally. Thank you, Matt. Look, I've already introduced yourself, but let me take this opportunity to give you this opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about yourself, Matt. And thank you for coming on.
No, pleasure, and thank you for having me. Like I just said, I've been coaching in rugby league, or been involved in rugby league most of my life. I grew up, my father was a coach. I grew up following him around the football sheds. I was lucky enough to play it for a number of years and then got into coaching. And, probably I've been lucky enough also to be involved with the New South Wales team and a couple of NRL clubs. And I'm very, very fortunate and very, very passionate to be able to say that, I'm head coach of Samoan Rugby League team, and it's something I really enjoy and something I'm very passionate about.
Thank you. Let me try and translate that in Samoan, and we will go on. Ia le na o whaafonga le pai o le tātou atu no o le sunga ia mati o se tasi fo ina ola e le tālonga o le liki o lona tama o lona tua ia sa whai a onga fui o ia mai ia wa follow mai a fo mai ia I tūranga o sa tālo ai lona tama I tālonga le nei o le liki mai fia ia le nei tūla le nei foi mai taimi o lea ua whai a onga uru I le Toa Samoa. Matt, your playing career and your coaching career is impeccable. I mean, nobody questions that. You played 55 games for Balmain Tigers from 1988 to 1993, and I believe if it wasn't for your injuries, you would have carried on. You started coaching 94-95 for Gosford Townies, Macquarie Scorpions in 96, and I believe you took both teams to the semi-finals. 97 Tigers to 2006 for North Queensland Cowboys. You also had a state of origin experience until 2011-2013. You coached for Salford City Reds in the Super League. So we're not questioning your ability to coach. You are certainly a coach to a very high level. You took Samoa 2013 to the quarterfinals of the first World Cup they ever attended. So my first question is, why did you select Samoa to coach?
Oh, well, I was invited to, actually. I was approached in early 2013 by Sua, the current chairman, and Fritz. And then we've had a relationship with them ever since. And it's something, as I said, that I've really enjoyed and something that I'm very passionate about. And something I'm very proud to be involved with. So, and I'm very fortunate to have, a lot of support from those people and the board of Rugby League Samoa, and also very lucky to have the support of the players that we've currently got, which is great.
Yeah, my colleague Tufu here has a question for you, Matt. Thank you for that.
Thank Matt. Tufu here. Well, can you explain, how do you pick the team? Do you have selectors? What's the process? Do they raise their hand to come play for Samoa, or do you encourage them to come?
Yes, this is a good question. I've got coaching staff, so there's four of us at the moment on the coaching staff. Obviously confer with them, and then we talk a lot. We're in regular contact with players, but players get injured. Players, a couple of players decided to do something else, or some decided. But we've got a very good squad of players at the moment that are very passionate. And they're very ready to go. So it's not a sole selection by any means. And then we've got when we recommend the players to be picked, and then they go before the Samoan board to be approved.
Yeah. Le na ua fa fongole tato tenu il fam taranga sunga le fa onga yo na na fisi tu fu ia ile filfilinga ole au ia ole lo ia ile la to committee or la to board of selectors ia o la to na o mai ingoa ia fa la to le fa ungo tamane. In terms of player selection, Matt, what is the difference between this group versus your group in 2013? Now, on paper here, this team is third favorites to win the competition. How much of that is true? And does that affect are these mind games? How much does it affect the thinking of your players right now?
Oh, I don't think it affects them at all. Like, I didn't even know that. Last time, I didn't think we were third favourites. I don't think we deserve to be third favourites. We haven't played a game yet, but in saying that, we're very happy with the squad we've got. We've trained very well, but we've only had 3 sessions leading into the first game, which isn't a lot of footy. But as I said, it's a very strong squad on paper. But again, that's got to translate to game days. I think the squad that I've got this time compared to 2013, it's a lot younger, but it's more experienced in big games. Like I've got a number of players that have played State of Origin before, which I didn't have back then. And even though these guys are young, they've certainly got quite a few games of Origin under their belt.
Thank you for that. Now for fongol besidi foi le po le ade se senga o le au le nei mane au lua fesifu montolu. Ia au le afo se va inga lau tele I whaupunga lo ia ine newspaper o ila tolo no tolu third favourites to win. Ia o le na umanino whamtalanga songa le di whaiaonga. O le au o le tausanga le nei fōringa mai la iti le woli. Ia mai tele fo le taimi na ta alo ai. Ia pe a fōfua I le au o le luafe se fulma le tolu. In preparations here, I also noticed that you basically had no warm-up games, which you did allude to, and your first session was only a couple of days ago. How prepared are you in this team? How prepared is this team?
Oh, look, we're probably a little bit underdone for the first game, given that most other teams have played warm-up games. But we didn't have that luxury, given that we had players playing in the NRL Grand Final, and they didn't arrive in the UK till like Saturday night. So, so we weren't afforded that luxury. But we've come together really well. I know however well we play this weekend, I know we're going to improve a lot of the game and get a lot out of this game. And then moving into the coming weeks.
Yeah, thank you. Are there any particular players in your team for us to look out for? I know on paper these boys are quite popular in the NRL across the, with the league people here. Are there any particular players that we might to look out for?
Oh, I think there's a few.
All of them.
I think particularly in the back, all of them. That's right. Let's hope so. But particularly in the backs, obviously the Penrith crew are very good.
Yeah.
Brian Toll and Jerome Luai, Stephen Crichton are exceptional, but their teammate Isaac Tago and Taylor May are good players. Our young fullbacks very good, Joseph Salihi. We've got some very experienced guys up front in, Josh Papali'i and also Junior Bolong. So, we've got a good mixture at the moment. So it's exciting. But as I said, we're probably a couple of sessions underdone. But I know on Saturday night we'll give it everything we've got.
Any updates on Tylen May?
He won't play this week, but he should be back. If he doesn't play the second game, he'll definitely play the third game. We just don't want to rush him now that he's been, that he's got so close. So he's in rehab at the moment. He's the only player unavailable, but he should be right. Hopefully game 2, but definitely game 3.
I read a story about Mal Meninga's concern about the numbering system on the World Cup jersey. Is that a concern for you, or?
Oh, I don't agree with it. The World Cup jersey, the numbering system, but we picked them in the numbers we think they should be in, and then we went from there. But I don't agree with what they're doing. So, but anyway,
Any new rules
it's not
will
for me to
apply?
decide.
So, yeah, keep going.
No, it's not my decision anyway. It's we just got to go along with the rules that we've been given.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Matt. Just going back to league in Samoa. Let's take the rugby league back in Samoa. Grassroots rugby there. I know there's no league is not strong in the islands. Are there any plans in the next 5 years or so about grassroots rugby competition, etc.?
Definitely. I was over there 3 weeks ago in the island of origin over there. It was terrific. We hope that playing well in this tournament and being successful will help lift the profile of league in Samoa and get a lot more people playing it. But, it's growing over there. They're doing a great job to get some, using their initiative to get a few competitions and that going. So, as I said, these guys, if we can play well in this competition, we know will inspire a lot of good young Samoan players in the island to play rugby league.
Thank you. Matt, let me ask you about your management team. I see your Tangalo Suar, Tuya V. Fritz. You got your chaplain there, Salapu, and they're all legends in their own right. And, of course, the Lawaki boys. My question is, what is the role of the Samoan culture? How does the role of Samoan culture play in your team? We're very happy that we see the cultural things that are done in the boys. What sort of role does the Samoan culture play in this particular team?
Well, it's massive because, again, Samoans, faith and family are big parts of the Samoan culture. And Ferretti Tumalangi does a great job driving the cultural side of it here. Since I've been involved, I've had him on board to drive that cultural experiences for the guys, because a lot of these guys, they haven't experienced that sort of stuff regularly. And again, Sua, the chairman, is very big on it. And we do a lot of devotion before dinner, Ava ceremony early in the preparation. So, it's a big part of what we do and what we try to drive, and we try and use that as part of our build up and part of our preparation for our football and our training.
Ia, le nā ua whaafonga le tātou atunu le visili ia po le a le ngā luenga ia po le a fo i le mamao ma le mamafa o le tātou anganu i le au le nei ia le nā ua whaamatala mai le sunga le li whaiaonga ia o lo tau la mua le te whaia namuna ulu ia whapea maisi tamali i le sunga i le li presidene ia tangaloa soa whafauina ia talu lava nā matamai le au le nei ia o mea lava nei le tātou sirisira ma tātou vāvai ia i le tātou au ia o pese va Samoa o le anganuu o le ava va Samoa ia o lo tau mwhai la tau ia e whamasani e le tato tunu. Thank you, Matt, for that. I guess there's very few other questions we'd like to ask.
Matt, are you ready to accept any title name back home if they offer you?
I'd like to, but coach is good enough for me at the time being. But again, I'm very respectful and very honoured and privileged to be part of this team. And I love the Samoan people and I love the Samoan culture. I think it's wonderful, and I think Australians could take a lot from it.
Oh,
yeah. Quite surprised that you haven't been offered a job yet, a title yet, but you can rest assured that if you take that title back or go all the way to the final, you will have a few titles offered to you on your arrival back at home. Look, Matt, we'd like to thank you for your time. I know you're a very busy man, but from all of us here in Wellington and globally, we wish you all the best. And we will be cheering for our team and all the boys while you're there. Thank you for your time. If you'd like to close it off, you have the final say.
Okay, look, I thank you very much for having me on your show, and I can assure everyone, all Samoan people around the world, these boys are going to put in a mighty effort. They know what it means to you. They know what it means to their families and their ancestors and their friends, and they intend to make it worthwhile. So all I can say is get behind us, support us. I'm sure we'll do you very proud. Thank you very much for having me. Malo.
Malo, yeah, thank you very much, Matt. May the force be with you. We will be praying for you. Yeah, ole na ua tau whaafonga i le whaiaonga uru le sunga ia Matt Parish. Ia, mai le tātou au mai ron tona i le teimi nei ia i tā penanga mo le tātou tālonga o lo alo tu nei le tai au a tai au.